Hey guys, Ryan here from Caffeine Hosting, and today I want to explain how the homepage works in Storefront. So there are two main ways of going about it. The first is by using the homepage page attribute, and the second is using the full width. The first method I'm going to show you is easier. It's quicker to set up, but it's less customizable. There's less things you can do. The second one is more customizable, but takes a little bit more effort. But I think it is worth it, especially if this is going to be your business. This is something you want to run. This is something I recommend the second way of going about it, but I will show you both ways just so you know how it all works. So I've gone ahead and set up two pages. First page I've called Ryan's Watches. This is what I'll be using the homepage template for, and I'll explain why I need to call it Ryan's Watches in a second. And the second I've just called homepage, this is what I'll be using the full width method for. So I'm going to show you this one. So if what you need to do to use the homepage method is under here, we can see the page attributes in the document. So you might have to go to the document tab, go down, and you can see here it says page attributes. I'm going to change this to homepage. Now, I've already gone and created a bunch of products, a bunch of product categories, and unassigned images to those product categories. So that's already been done, so we can kind of see how it all works. I'll do another video on that in another time. For the homepage method, we do need to assign a featured image to this one. So I'm going to go set featured image. This is something you wouldn't do for the other method. So I'm going to go ahead and choose one that I've uploaded, set featured image, and update. I'm just going to go ahead and move the camera so we can see what's going on here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to assign this page the role of the home page. So by default, WordPress isn't going to understand what the actual homepage is. So we need to tell WordPress, this is my homepage. I'm going to homepage settings, a static page, and go to Ryan's Watches and publish. Perfect. So if we go to this homepage here, what it's done is all I've done is put the Ryan's Watches and the featured image. So when you assign the featured image in the homepage template, all the content that you add here is held within the featured image. Everything below that is all widgets that are already pre-created by the homepage template. So we can have a little bit of control over this, but it isn't much. So this is why this is the easier, faster way, but ultimately we have less control. So by default, it's going to have the categories. It only has 3 category spaces. So if you have more than 3 categories, they will not be shown on here, unfortunately. And all the other ones are going to have spots for 4 products. So if you have more products, it's not going to show them all. If you have less than 4 in different things, for example, your best sellers, or even you have 3 products in your entire store, it's only going to have space for 3 of them. It's only going to have space for 3 images. The 4th will just be blank, unfortunately. So that's nothing we really have much control of on the actual homepage template. What we can do is we can create different content within the hero image. So let's say I want to go welcome to our store. You can change this to be whatever you like. I'm going to add a button to shop now. Put a link to the shop. Perfect. Update. And let's head back to the page. So all the content we create on that page is going to be held within here. So we can't, by default, add anything underneath this homepage. So everything that you create is pretty well set. So everything's pretty rigid with the homepage. We can do things like customize. You can change the text of the content within here. So I can go to typography, hero heading color. So whether it's you have a lighter image and you want dark text, you can change the header color to black. You can change it there. But of course, because I've got a darker background image, I want to change this to a white color. Publish. There. We can rearrange and take away some of these widgets, but we can't really add any widgets. And the way to do this was with a plugin. So we're going to go to the dashboard. And I'm going to go to plugins, add new. I'm going to add a plugin called Homepage Control, and it's by Woo Themes. So let's go Homepage Control. And by Woo Themes, this one here, I'm going to go install now and then activate it. Now, if I head back to the website, visit store, customize, it's going to create a little drop down where we can homepage where we can automatically. So these are all the widgets that are available. We can take them away. We can add them in. So let's say I want to get rid of the recent, the featured, the popular, and I just want these ones. We can rearrange them. So maybe I want the best sellers above the on sales. So we do have a little bit of control, but that's really the limit of the actual. That's really the most that we can do with the homepage itself. It's very restrictive, but as you can see, it's super easy to set up. Really takes no effort at all. But I personally prefer the second methods. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to the homepage. Now this one doesn't use the page title in the actual on the actual page itself. So what I need to do is go and change the default template to full width. You don't need to add a featured image to this one. That's all done through here. So what I'm going to do is go plus to add a block, and I'm going to add a cover block. Go to media library, and we're going to choose our background image, which was this one here. Select, and I'm going to change this to full width. Now we can start adding some content here. So this is what we're going to call Ryan's Watches. Let's go. I want to change this. This is a paragraph text block, so I'm going to head it to a heading text block. Might need to center this. Change the color, custom color to, let's go to a white so we can see it. Perfect. Enter. This is going to be another paragraph block. So this is check out our high quality watches. So this can be really whatever you want. Center this. We can even add a button here as well. It's hard to see in the background. There we are. Button. Shop. Shop now. Shop. Perfect. We can even center this. There we go. Align center. Perfect. So if I update this, and I'm just going to go and assign this the role of the home page. Oh, wrong one. Page settings. Home page. Publish. There. So we've, at this current point in time, we have a near identical cover image, but we have a little bit more control with the homepage. So what I can do is I can fix the background. So that's going to create that cool parallax scrolling effect. Update. Refresh. There, so we kind of have that really cool effect here. I can do things like I'm going to add in a spacer block. Spacer. Let's change this to 150 pixels. I'm going to add another spacer block down here. Spacer. So this just create a little bit more padding. 150. Update. Refresh. Perfect. So we have, as you can see, we have a lot more control and we can really customize the homepage. It does take a little bit more effort, but I personally think it's worth it to just do this a little bit more effort. We can even start adding in some content below. So it works a little bit different here. So we can add, it's going to go with a header. Let's call this categories. I'm going to center this. All right. So for the categories section, I will need to use a short code. So with the actual block editor itself, there are a bunch of WooCommerce ones, and you also have access to all the WooCommerce shortcodes. So if you go and check out there's a WooCommerce blog post, all the shortcodes included with WooCommerce. If you just type in WooCommerce shortcodes, should be one of the first links. These are all the shortcodes that you can use. So I'm going to use one of those here. Go square block product underscore categories close bracket. So if I do this and refresh, it's going to bring in these categories. But by default, the shortcodes tab has space for 4 blocks. So I need to tell it that I want only 3. So I'm going to go into here, columns equals 3. Update. Oh, I don't think I spelled that right. Columns equals 3. Now if I go back to this page, perfect. It's made it much better. So this is much better if you have multiple categories as opposed to the homepage template that only creates space for 3 categories. So this can kind of give you a little bit more control. We can start doing things like, let's add in heading, sale, align center, on sale products. We can choose the amount of columns we want. So we want 4 maybe. We can go we can go to 5. You can really have as many as you want. You can create different rows as well if you want to go with, say I have 3, but I want 2 rows. And you can have as many products there. It's a lot more customizable. I do prefer this method. It is not that much harder. It takes a little bit more effort, but I honestly think it's really worth it. Our recommendations center. Let's go with handpicked products. See, there's a whole bunch of different widgets that you can choose from that can really help make your store look professional. So I'm going to go with, let's go with these ones, 2, 3, 4. I want 4 rows. Update. Refresh. Perfect. So as you can see here, it's really, really simple to make a professional, high quality looking homepage for your online store. As I said, I highly recommend going the full width page method. It's much more customizable. It takes a little bit more effort, but honestly, as you could see, it only took me another couple of minutes just to make a page that looks much, much better. So thank you for watching this video. I'll just bring myself back in. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you need any help with your hosting, just go to caffeinehosting.com. One of the offers that I do run is Storefront consultation. So just like this, if you go and purchase your hosting with Caffeine Hosting, you're eligible for a free one-on-one hour consultation with me where we're going to go through and help you build your online store using Storefront. This is only eligible through Storefront, unfortunately. Just because this is a theme that I know a fair bit about, and that's something I can help you with. And we can really build out a professional looking store just like this one here within an hour. So yeah, go caffeinehosting.com, use coupon code TRIAL if you purchase your domain name with us to get your first month for only $0.01 when you're on the month-to-month plan. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment down below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Perfect. See you next time.